Jai Mahamaya ki, Jai Bole Baba ki, Jai. In our last discourse, we heard about Lord Vishnu singing beautiful praises to the Divine Mother at Mani Dwipa. And now we'll proceed on to chapter 5. Brahma said, "O Narada," thus speaking, Vishnu stopped. Shiva, the destroyer, then stepped in and bowing low down to the Devi said, "O Devi, if Vishnu be born by thy power and the lotus-born Brahma have come into existence from thee, why then I, who am of tamas guna, be not born of thee? O auspicious one, thou art clever in creating all the lokas. What wonders is there in my being created by thee? O Mother, thou art the earth, water, air, akasa, and fire. Thou art again and again the organs of the senses and the organs of perception. Thou art buddhi, mind, and hankara, egoism. Thou who say that Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva are respectively the creator and preserver and destroyer of the universe do not know anything. All the three above mentioned are created by thee. Then they perform always their respective functions, their sole refuge being thyself. O Mother, the universe be created of the 5 elements, earth, air, ether, fire, and water, having the properties of touch, taste, etc., then how these 5 elements possessing attributes of the nature of effects can some come into manifestation without their being born from thy chit portion, your intelligence? O auspicious Mother, it is thou in the shape of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Thou art creating this universe. It is thou that has assumed the form of this whole universe, moving and non-moving. Thou playest as it wills thee under various forms again and again. Thou dost cease from play during pralaya as it befits thee. O Mother, when Brahma, Vishnu, and I become desirous to create the world, we execute our duties by taking the dust, the earth, of thy lotus feet. O Mother, if it were not thy mercy, then how Brahma could have become endowed with Rajas guna, Vishnu with the Sattva guna, and I with Tamo guna? O Mother, if there were no differences observed in thy mind, then why hast thou created in this world rich and poor, king and counselor, servant, etc., various classes of beings? Why hast thou not created all alike happy or all alike miserable? So thou wilt have to show thy mercy towards me. Thy 3 gunas are capable at all times to create, preserve, and destroy the world. Then Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, whom thou hast created as the cause of the 3 worlds, is simply thy will. O Bhavani, if thy gunas had no power in the acts of creation, then how can the fact that while we 3, Brahma, Vishnu, and I, were coming in the airplane, we saw on our way new worlds created by thee? How do they become possible? Kindly dost thou say on this. O World Mother, it is thou that desirest to create, preserve, and destroy this world by thy part, Mayic power. Thou art always enjoying with Purusha, thy husband. We cannot fathom thy inscrutable ways. O auspicious one, how can we understand thy sport, O Mother? We are transformed into young women before thee. Let us serve thy lotus feet. If we get our manhood, we will be deprived from serving thy feet, and thus of the greatest happiness. O mother, O sire, I do not like to leave thy lotus feet and get my man body again and reign in the three worlds. O beautiful faced one, now that I've got this youthful feminine form before thee, there is not a trace of desire within me to get again my masculine form. What use is there in getting manhood? What happiness is there if I do not get sight of thy lotus feet? O mother, let this unsullied frame of mine be spread over in the three worlds that I have got in this young womanly form, the chance of serving thy lotus feet that has got this effect, that the idea of the world disappears completely. Who is there that will leave thy service and desire to enjoy the kingdoms in the world? Oh, even a moment appears in a yuga to him who has not got thy lotus feet with him. O mother, those that leave the worship of thy lotus feet and become engaged in performing tapasya are certainly deprived of the best thing by the Creator, though their minds be pure and holy. Their power from their tapasya may be acquired, and they be entitled for mukti, yet they get dire defeat from not having thee. O unborn one, austerity's control of passions, enlightenment, or performance of sacrifice, as ordained in the Vedas, nothing can save from this ocean of samsara. It is the devotional worship only of thy lotus feet that can make one attain the beatitude. O Devi, if thou be extremely merciful towards me, then initiate me in the wonderful holy mantra of thine. I will repeat that omnipotent, par excellent 9-lettered mantra of the Chandika Devi and be happy. O mother, in my former birth, I got the 9-lettered mantra, but now I've forgotten it. O Tarini, O Savior, give me today that mantra and save me from this ocean of the world. Brahma then said, when Shiva, of wonderful fire and energy, said this, the Devi clearly uttered the 9-lettered mantra. Lord Shiva accepted the mantra and became very glad. He fell down at the feet of the Divine Mother, and then and there began to repeat the 9-lettered mantra together with the bija sound, seed sound, that yields desires and liberation and can be easily pronounced. When I saw Shiva, the auspicious one of the lokas, in this state, I fell down also at the feet of the Devi and spoke to Mahamaya, O Mother, it is not that the Vedas are unable to ascertain thy nature, for in the performance of sacrifices and other minor actions, they do not mention thy full nature, the ordainer of all, but mention simply Indra and minor deities and Swaha Devi, a portion of thy essence, as the residing deities of the sacrificial offerings and oblations. So, O Devi, it is thou that hast been extolled in this universe as the universal consciousness, all-knowing and transcending all the devas and all the lokas. I have created this greatly wondrous universe. I am the Lord of the Brahmana. Who is there more powerful than me in these three worlds? When I am Brahma, transcending all the lokas, then I am blessed. There is no doubt in this. By reason of this vanity, I am plunged in the widely extended ocean of samsara. That now I have been able to get the dust of thy lotus feet has now made me really proud, and truly I am blessed today, and by thy grace this manifestation of pride on my part has become quite justified. Thou destroyest the fear of this samsara and gives mukti. So, O Goddess, I pray unto thee that thou dost cut asunder this iron chain of my delusion, full of great troubles, and make me devoted to thee. O auspicious one, I am born from the lotus discovered by thee. Now I am extremely anxious how I can get mukti. I am thy obedient servant. I am merged in the delusion of this ocean of world. Save me from this samsara. Those who do not know thy character think that I am the creator and Lord of this universe. Those who do not worship thee and worship Indra and other devas and perform sacrifices to attain heaven are certainly ignorant of thy glory. O prime Maya, thou art the eternal Mahamaya. It is thou that dost want to play this world play, and for that purpose hast created me as Brahma. Then I created these 4 sorts of beings engendered by heat and moisture. Those that are oviparous, and those that are sprung from the germs or shoots, and those that are born from womb, viviparous, and exhibit my pride, that I am omniscient. So forgive this sin of mine, this my pride. O Mother, those ignorant persons blinded by passion who take recourse to the eightfold yoga and samadhi and labor under it do not know for certain they would get moksha if they utter thy name, even under a pretext. O Bhavani, are they not deluded by error and blinded by passion for this world, who discriminate only the tattvas, the essences, and forget thy name? For it is thou that dost give mukti from this world. O thou unborn, can Shiva or Vishnu, etc., or any other ancient persons who have realized the highest truth forget even for a second thy holy character and thy name, Shiva, Ambika, Shakti, Ishvari, and others? Canst thou not create by thy glance merely this 4-fold creation? In fact, for mere recreation and will, it is thou that hast made me as creator from the earliest times. Is it not that thou didst save Vishnu in the ocean from the 2 Daitas, the demons, Madhu and Kaitaba? Is it not again the fact that thou destroyest Shiva, even who is the great destroyer, when thou dissolvest the creation? Otherwise, why is it that Shiva becomes born from my eyebrows at the time of fresh creation? So Vishnu is not the preserver at all. Shiva is not the destroyer at all. Had they been such, why would they be preserved and destroyed respectively by thee? So thou alone art the creatrix and preserver of all. O Bhavani, no one has heard or seen thee taking birth. Nobody knows whence thou art born. Thou art indeed the one and only Shakti. Only the 4 Vedas can make one understand thy nature. O Mother, it is only by thy help that I am able to create this creation. Hari, or Vishnu, to preserve it, and Shiva to destroy it. Without thy aid, we are able to do nothing. There is no body in this world born of that was born or that will be born who did not become doubtful as we are. This then wondrously variegated universe, full of thy leelas, consisting in variety and the common ground of dispute of the imperfect intellects who are not deluded here. In this samsara full of things visible and invisible, there is another one who is more ancient than thee. There is another highest person who is thy substratum. If it be argued nicely, it will be seen that there is no other 3rd person that be proved as far as evidence or proofs go to measure it. The wise persons, knowing all the laws, declare that there is one God, attributeless, inactive, without any object in view, without any parts, who is the witness of this widely extended Leela. One alone exists, and that is Brahman, and there is nothing else. This is the saying of the Vedas. Now I feel in my mind a doubt as to the discrepancy with this Vedic saying. I cannot say that the Veda is false. So I ask thee, art thou the Brahman, the one and the secondless that is mentioned in the Vedas? Or is the other person Brahma? Kindly solve this doubt of mine. My mind is not completely free from doubts. This little mind is still discussing whether the reality is dual or one. I cannot solve myself. So dost thou say from thy mouth, and cut my doubts asunder, whether thou art male or female. Describe in detail to me, so that knowing the highest Shakti, I be freed from this ocean of samsara. Thus ends the 5th chapter, the 3rd book, as the chanting of the hymns by Shiva and Brahma in the Mahapurana Srimad Devi Bhagavatam of 18,000 verses by Maharishi Veda Vyasa. Jai Mahamaya ki jai, Bole Baba ki jai, Jagdambe Mata ki jai.